Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Hello. I wanted to talk about how we're not taught to be in touch with that side of ourselves that is, when I talked about my body giving me signs and being in resistance mode, I feel like I should elaborate on what that means. And it's just that feeling of it doesn't feel right. It causes stress. It creates that feeling of stress on the body. And my daughter's struggling a lot with this at the moment because she's feeling a lot of stress being at college. And telling her to do something that gets rid of that stress is not something she's comfortable hearing, because we're not taught that. We're not taught to tune into our own bodies and listen. We are taught to just get on and do things, regardless of whether or not it causes us stress. It's not about tuning into that. But I've had to tune into that. I've had to learn what that all means, because I understood that that's what my illnesses have wanted from me. They wanted me to engage more with myself, engage more with my body. And so I've had to learn, what does resistance feel like? And what does it feel like without resistance? And so I can only liken it to, you know, when you just sink into a hot bath and your body goes, that is what it feels like to not have resistance. But that feels too easy. In the world, that feels too easy. Like we shouldn't be doing things that feel like that, because that feels like resting. That feels like we're not doing anything. And in many ways that's true. We're not doing anything, and that's the point of it, is to get rid of this idea that we need to keep doing, because we're killing ourselves by feeling like we need to keep doing. It's like an addiction. When we want to do, it won't feel like doing. It will feel like we are sinking into a hot bath. It will feel like we are energized from whatever it is that we're doing. But we have been taught to value stress, that feeling of exhaustion and burnout. But all that's doing is killing us. And so now we need to take a different approach, which is to understand what our body likes, what our body is guiding us to. Instead of doing what everybody else is doing. Tune into your body. What does your body want? Some days my body doesn't want to draw. And I've had to learn to hear that. It's like, why doesn't it? It's just, you know, I love drawing. I love making marks. But sometimes my body just doesn't want to. It wants to sit down and read or do something different. And that's okay. Because I'm addicted to feeling like I need to be doing. But we don't. We should be more like cats, actually. You know, cats don't have that. They just sit down all day and sleep. They rest. We need to be more like cats. Speaking of which, I need to go and see my cat. Sorry about that. My cat needed some assistance. Did it? I don't doubt it did, really. It was fine. So basically what I'm saying is, make the decision that makes you feel relaxed, because that's the right one. You don't have to feel stress. Stress is not living. Stress is conforming, and that's bullshit. You know, we become so far removed from who we are because humanity has become that way. And that makes people very, 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 very sick. And so reclaiming your health is about reclaiming who you are and what you want to be, or who you want to be. And so just follow your body's guidance, whatever your body is feeling good with, whichever decision that is, go with that one, because ultimately it'll be the right one. But we don't like to do that because we like to feel like a discomfort. We like to feel discomfort because it's what we used to. But it's bullshit. Complete bullshit. The way we've been living for, I don't know, the last 50 years at least, is bullshit. We need to reconnect with nature, with who we are. I love painting. I could just spend hours looking. I don't even know what I'm looking for. It's like this organisation, I guess, in my brain, and it takes me out of the thinking and puts me into the present. Honestly, I can spend hours just looking at painting, deciding where it needs something, and it looks probably like a jumble of marks to somebody else, but to me they're well considered marks. I feel a bit paranoid because the camera's on, but I kind of want to show this process as well. It's like my illness stripped me of everything apart from this. It's brought it down front and centre, like this is in my TV room. The TV's just there, so that I'm confronted with it and I can be here, and my kids know where I am and what I'm doing. I don't feel like I'm isolated from people. This is my way of connecting with me. I don't even always like what I'm making. I don't particularly like this drawing, painting, whatever it is. Like visually, I don't particularly like it, which is quite annoying. But at the same time, I've had quite a lot of fun making it. I guess because I haven't worried about what it looks like. But it's like, finally, I've started putting myself first. And those feelings that cause me discomfort or unease or resistance have taught me to truly tune into what it is that I want, and to not give myself a hard time anymore for not doing. And my health has improved a lot, like ridiculously a lot, because it needed me to pay attention to me and to stop beating myself up if I wasn't doing what I thought I should be doing. You know, so many of us do that, especially empaths, you know. We're just so tuned into the energy of other people. And it's there's a word that's in my head but it's not coming out. It's paralyzing to think that we're not serving other people, that we're not helping other people, that we're being selfish. But actually it's a case of the oxygen, isn't it? You know, you put your oxygen mask on before everyone else, because if you don't, you're going to be dead. And that is the harsh reality of it. If I hadn't have done this, I would be dead. So I guess basically the gist of this is to slow down, give yourself a chance to figure out what it is that you need. What is it that makes you feel like you're sinking into a hot bath rather than clambering up a hillside, you know, with no traction, just sliding back down again, helpless, hopeless. Do what feels good. Go against the grain and do what feels good. One life in this body. Do you know what? Even though I've had these, well, cancer a couple of times, it's so easy to still stay attached to this way of living. We feel like it's so important. That we can't let people down, but it's just nonsense. When you put yourself first, you're not letting people down. But if you don't, you're letting yourself down. And that's when your body acts up. That's when your body shouts at you. Starting to really like this now. I just love drawing squares. There's something so relaxing about drawing squares. You know, drawing, painting, whatever it is I call it, depending on what I'm doing at the time, is what helps me to keep in alignment, because I want to be doing what feels good. And all I've wanted to do lately is just to sit and draw squares, just small ones. Just to sit there using different pens. I find that really relaxing. And so it's nice to feel like I can actually do this on a bigger scale again. Because I've missed the freedom that a bigger piece of paper gives me. Like this now, this is good. It needs more yellow here. Try a different yellow. Right, this wasn't supposed to be a video about me painting or drawing anyway. It's supposed to be just about helping you to make a decision in alignment with what it is you actually want, rather than what you think you need to do. So, I've wrote this now. Give me a minute. Now I've introduced a whole nother colour in, that's annoying. I now need to echo it around it, otherwise it feels unbalanced. But there is some purple in there anyway. I knew there was somewhere. Right, I'm gonna stop now. Okay, lots of love.